Step 2, prepare for assembly. So before we put anything on top of the XCarve Pro, here are our recommended table sizes. Again, these weight limits aren't the actual weight of the XCarve Pro, but we want to give you a lot of cushion for any material and anything else you might put on top of the table. And just in terms of your total area, we're looking at 8 feet by 14 feet, just so you have lots of room for those big 4x8 sheets of plywood, as well as just being able to get around your machine. So let's start taking stuff out of the top layer of styrofoam. Remember, you don't have to unpack your entire box. We're just working with the top layer right now. All right, let's start with the controller first. You're going to want to position the controller at the end of the Y-axis, so at the back of your machine, and make sure you have it sitting vertically. You don't want to put it on its side, just so it has the best thermal performance. Lots of cases we see people put this on a shelf underneath their table. You just want to have it pretty close to the back end of your Y-axis. And then everything else except for your cross members, like your hardware, your HMI, your cable harness, your tool kit, you can put off to the side. So let's start laying out the cross members on your work area. These run the length of your X-axis, so if you're looking at the front of your machine, then you want them going from left to right. Now they're not identical to each other. There's going to be 3 of them that have leveling feet. So you want to make sure the outsides and the middle cross members are the ones that have the leveling feet. So in this diagram, that is 1, 3, and 5. And then for the front and the rear cross member are 1 and 5. And then you want to make sure the holes are facing towards the outside of the machine. So for cross member 1, those holes are facing towards the front of the machine. And for cross member 5, those holes are facing towards the back of the machine.